Hello everyone, I'm Kathi Powers, the Superintendent with the Twinsburg City School District. Welcome to Twinsburg Schools Today. Well, today we have a very special show to present to you. It is our 2019 State of the Schools Address. We want to thank Mrs. Megan Eberhardt and our friends at the Twinsburg Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to present this show during their meeting in May. We're so very delighted for the opportunities that our students enjoy here in our school district, and I want to thank our residents for supporting Issue 5, the district's recent renewal levy. Thank you to your support, we are able to continue to provide our students with the very best learning opportunities. Some of those learning opportunities are on display during today's show. Prior to the State of the Schools address, we had many students involved in a student fair. And some of those students presented the following to our visitors. We had our preschool students who are members of our kindergarten preparatory program talking about project-based learning. We had students from the middle school who were talking about their experiences in our new makerspace. We had students from Samuel Bissell Elementary School who were talking about writing and the writing process in their classroom. George G. Dodge Intermediate School students talked about the new blended learning model of learning and teaching. And we had students from Twinsburg High School who are award-winning visual artists. In addition to that, we had many pieces of artwork on display which were representative of so many of our wonderful artists here in the school district. And finally, Mr. Tom Resnick and our RBC Jazz Band entertained our visitors as they had lunch and prepared to hear our State of the Schools address. Thank you as always for your support of our Tigers. We sincerely appreciate all that you do and your dedication to our school community. I hope that you enjoy our 2019 State of the Schools address, #InnovativeTigers. Good afternoon, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be here this afternoon to just explain some of the outstanding opportunities we provide for our more than 4,200 Tigers and our 500 staff members. I hope you had a chance to preview some of those opportunities this afternoon in our student fair. And joining me today are just members of our staff who are here to share some of the exciting classroom activities, educational activities, and the ins and outs and all abouts of a day in the life of a Twinsburg City School District student. So we appreciate the opportunity today. We want to thank the Chamber of Commerce and Executive Director Megan Eberhardt, and also we would like to thank our Kent State University sponsors at the Twinsburg Regional Academic Center, especially Dean Angela Spalsbury. Our Board of Education was already introduced, but if you could please stand to be once again recognized. Thank you for your support. Also joining us are members of my administrative team. If you could also please stand to be recognized. Thank you. And of course, my left and right hand, Paul Powers, my husband, and Mrs. Franco, who is busily trying to get our PowerPoint up. They are always here and always supportive of what I do at the office and through life as well. So we thank you for being here as well. This afternoon, I stand before you very grateful to our residents for their support of Issue 5, the district's $4 million renewal levy. During today's program, you will hear about the many innovative educational opportunities we provide our students. None of this would be possible without the support of our community members, and I sincerely appreciate their commitment to our students, as evidenced just this week by the passage of the renewal levy, which was Issue 5 on the ballot. During the 2018-19 school year, we have engaged several hundred parents, residents, staff members, and students in the work of our strategic plan action teams. Members of the action teams have provided valuable feedback and ideas on 6 areas of focus, including academics, communications, culture and climate, facilities, financials, and safety. Our action teams are completing their work, and their plans will soon be presented before the Board of Education for their consideration. The work of the action teams will be used to inform the development of the district's new strategic plan, and ultimately the strategic plan will set the district's priorities, focus our energy and our resources, strengthen our operations, and ensure that our staff members are aligned with the desires of our community in working toward common goals. The theme for today's State of the Schools address is #InnovativeTigers. I hope you enjoyed the students you met in today's student fair as they demonstrated some of the ways they are engaged in innovative learning. Today, you will hear from members of our staff about innovation in teaching and learning. To begin, I'd like to introduce to you Kristen DeHill and Elizabeth Kinsella from Samuel Bissell Elementary School, who will share details about our innovative effort called Coteaching.
Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Kinsella, and I'm a third grade general education classroom teacher at Samuel Bissell.
And my name is Kristen DeHill, and I'm an intervention specialist. And this year, Mrs. Kinsella and I have had the opportunity to be a part of a new initiative at Bissell, and that is co-teaching. Co-teaching is where you have two teachers who are able to provide an environment where all students, including those on IEPs, have the opportunity to grow and succeed in the general education classroom. This is a diagram taken from Shelley Moore, and Shelley Moore was an incredible and very powerful presenter that many of us in the district have had the opportunity to see this year. She is a huge advocate for inclusion. And this is a visual representation of how we've provided services to our students with disabilities throughout the years. So in previous years, I would take my students into the resource room and we would work on our goals, and they would make so much progress and we were so proud of them. But these students, they were excluded and they were segregated from their classroom and their peers. As we move forward, they were integrated into the class, but they were still isolated because those were the students that still got pulled to the back table with the teacher to work on those independent assignments in the small group setting. But as we are moving forward with inclusion, this is where co-teaching comes into play. Because with co-teaching, you have two teachers who use various strategies and teaching models to reach the needs of all of our learners. Our goal as co-teachers is to be able to provide each student with what they need. We want to teach to the diversity of each student.
In our co-teaching classroom, we use multiple models of teaching and serving our students. In our first picture, we have an example of co-teaching in a whole class setting. This is more of a collaborative conversation between two teachers and all of the students within the classroom setting. Students are able to work and to ask questions of both teachers and to be able to get that clarification that they need on the subject area that they're learning about. In the next picture, we have small group instruction. In this setting, we take two tables and we offer assistance and support to students that need it. And then students in the middle of the picture, you can see, have the opportunity to work independently if they choose, or to work with peers to help support them in their learning as well. In our last picture, we have a model called parallel teaching. Parallel teaching is where we split the class down the middle, and in each grouping, we have students of all different levels of learning. And the students have a much better ratio of teacher to students, and so they're able to ask questions and engage in conversations that might not be as rich in a whole classroom-based discussion. In this co-teaching environment, the students have become far more able to take ownership of their learning. They get to pick what activity or teacher will help them learn the best, and they have the support no matter where they turn throughout the school day. When there's more support for all students, their confidence is boosted. This is huge in the classroom because it not only helps those with academic and learning differences, but it also teaches empathy, compassion, and understanding for those that are not usually exposed to students that are unlike themselves. And when students are confident in their learning, we see significant growth and progress. The motivation this year from our students has been incredible. Students come in excited to learn, they're motivated, they want to see their peers, and they want to share ideas and the concepts that they've learned and understood with their teachers. This is the bond that they've created has been truly amazing. And the best part about it is they have not just one teacher in the classroom to share it with, but they have two.
So with the first year of implementing co-teaching, this has been a great experience for both of us, and we are so excited to see what the future holds. Thank you. And up next, I'd like to introduce Beth Mariola and Jim Reese from RB Chamberlain.
Hello, I'm Jim Reese, the principal at RB Chamberlain Middle School, and we had a very exciting and innovative year. Our year started off, there we go. And this is just an introduction slide. Our year started off with the Chromebook rollout and the makerspace. Teachers were excited when they returned. You can see their smiling faces, and it's amazing looking at this picture that this was where we were in August handing out boxes of Chromebooks to what we see in our classrooms today. The teachers were so motivated, they gave up lunches to participate in what we called Google Lunch and Learn, and most of our staff got certified to be Google educators, level 1, and some of them made it to level 2 Google certified educators. And we had several fantastic professional developments that they participated in, the blended learning. And what our classrooms look like in August and what they look like now are totally different through the support of our central office staff. We got Tech Tubbies, which were sets of 5 Chromebooks, and you see what we call blended learning. The students at Dodge had a display about blended learning and how powerful it was. So that was how we started the year with the Chromebook rollout, and that followed up with our Makerspace.
Good afternoon. I'm Beth Mariola, and as Mr. Reese said, we rolled out Makerspaces at RBC this past year, and this past summer, the RBC Media Center was transformed into a Makerspace that offered our staff and students a space that was full of vibrant and updated colors, flexible furniture, and updated technology. The Makerspace at RBC is a fantastic resource. It's designed to foster collaboration for our students. It's a place where students can dive deeply into their coursework, their research, and their innovative endeavors. In this space, students routinely will brainstorm on the marker board desktops that you may have seen out in the exterior exhibit. They also solve problems together, and they use Chromebooks to create and to learn from. This photo is demonstrating our students using the interactive flat panel, which is new to us, and they just have created some outstanding dynamic presentations with it. The Makerspace at RBC has offered teachers the opportunity to take a deep dive into their curriculum standards with hands-on projects or by embedding elements such as Ozobots. Again, we had that out in the exhibit. RBC students also have access to 3D printers within our Makerspace. Ms. Solis' 7th grade classes learned to use Tinkercad, the program which they worked on with teams called Legions, to create a symbol which represented Roman achievement, that specific Roman achievement that had the most enduring impact on the modern world. Students then shared their Tinkercad designs with a high school student who worked as a virtual mentor to help kind of give feedback and constructive criticism, and then the outcome was printing at RBC, which was fantastic. And we've learned through failures in that process, but the outcome was really fantastic, so we're really pleased with that.
And just our final slide, our motto is Twinsburg's place where the schools and the community are one. And certainly this event highlights that. But one of our favorite events is the senior tour every year. And so education has changed so much in the last 5 years, really, but especially since some of our senior citizens had been in school. And so they were able to come in and see what schools look like today. And our students, of course, got to show off their skills and the things that we use. So this is a picture of our senior tour in our Makerspace. And next we have the team from Wilcox.
Good afternoon. I'm Beth Wells. I've been with the Twinsburg City Schools for 13 years. I spent 12 years as an intervention specialist, and this is my first year with teaching preschool.
My name is Sherry Jaskowitz. I've been teaching for 35 years, hence the readers, and I've been with Twinsburg for 25 years. Beth and I have had the opportunity to be the first teachers for our kindergarten preparatory program. It's a project-based learning program that Twinsburg has initiated this year. It is the first year of the program, and there was a great need for it. We found there were many students coming not having any preschool experience. We do provide busing. We consist of 64 4- and 5-year-olds going to kindergarten the following year. Up to 20% of our students could receive scholarship depending on their financial need. We go to school 5 half-days per week, so we each have a morning and an afternoon session. The project-based learning aspect of this program is a hands-on student-driven program. It develops creativity and inquiry through exploratory opportunities. Our children use technology and research to figure out solutions to problems.
Step Up to Quality is a 5-star quality rating and improvement system administered by the Ohio Department of Education. Step Up to Quality recognizes and promotes learning and development programs. The Step Up to Quality standards exceed licensing, health, and safety regulations. The program standards are based on national research, and the preschool program at Wilcox has been a 5-star rated program for 2 years in a row. Academics are incorporated into our projects. We use a high-quality district and state-approved curriculum. We administer the early learning assessment as a way to monitor student growth. We have seen a tremendous growth in our students this year, and the recent data from the kindergarten screening has shown this to be true. The slides just depict some of the students working on some of the projects that we have done throughout the year. Project-based learning teaches communication and problem-solving skills. Projects can last as long as the students remain interested in the topic. The projects always start with an information web which is based on the student's interest. Some of the projects that we have covered this year include pets, transportation, community helpers, books, and taking care of the earth. In this slide, the students are building a library for the classroom. The activity was completed as part of our book study and also incorporates community awareness. And I'm sure you saw our much-loved library out in the foyer there. They have just really, really enjoyed the library.
In this slide, it shows a field trip that we took. A big part of project-based learning is including our community. And so we went to the Akron Children's Museum, and this trip incorporated STEAM activities, problem-solving skills, creativity, and communication, all of the things that we work on in project-based learning. Now this slide is when the students were actually working on their community project. A project would start first with discussion. We teach our children how to talk and communicate with each other. They assign a project manager, and then that project manager delegates out jobs into their group. So they first start by sketching out their project on a whiteboard. That way it's easy to erase. If they have something they want to change, they can do that easily on the whiteboard. Then they transfer it to a piece of paper with a clipboard. Then they delegate out the jobs and they actually make their activity. In this particular slide, they were making their community. So they started with the sketching on the whiteboard, went to paper, and then they actually created that using Legos. Some children would use Legos, some would use blocks, some used recyclables from home to build their communities. It was their idea, their project, and they figured out how they best wanted to do that project. One of the things that we work very hard on is for them to be able to solve their own problems. So if a problem arises, they have to figure out what the solution would be and how they could go about doing that. And they've worked very well on this. I have to say, Beth and I are extremely excited to be a part of this new and innovative program here at Wilcox. We have seen so much growth with our children, and it is amazing just to see how far they've come this year.
Yes, we have really, really enjoyed working with the kids this year and have just really, this program has just been really, really awesome. I now want to introduce the team, the teachers from Dodge Intermediate School.
My name's Lauren Fenning, and I'm a 6th grade teacher at Dodge.
Hi, I'm Kelly Reek. I am a 4-5 looping teacher, language arts and social studies at Dodge.
Hello, I'm Margaret Karalik. I'm a 4-5 looping teacher at Dodge, teaching math and science. Blended learning. So as our youngest Tiger Cubs at Wilcox were immersed in project-based learning, we at Dodge were granted a really exciting opportunity to innovatively engage our students with the blended learning format. So this past fall, Twinsburg City Schools invited blended learning expert Marcia Kish to share this dynamic approach to learning with us. Blended learning utilizes the best aspects of face-to-face instruction combined with online learning. Marcia's presentation was a spark that has inspired us to have many conversations about what we could do in our own district.
So in a few short months, we've already begun and have transformed our teaching and learning at Bissell, our 2nd and 3rd grade building, and as well at Dodge. We have 8 classrooms at Dodge that are being transformed and working today. Our cohort of blended learning teachers are participating in various coaching sessions and conversations in order to implement and move through the phases of blended learning. Blended learning enables the best in teaching and learning practices. It's personal. It provides a unique learning pathway for our individual students. It gives the learner opportunities to participate in key decisions in their learning path, and it equips our students for the future. They engage in meaningful collaborative opportunities as well as making real-world connections. And just a side note is none of this would be possible without the incredible support of our Superintendent Kathi Powers and the Board of Education through our by providing professional development, transforming our classrooms, and the technology. So we all say a great big thank you. Which leads us to one of the key ingredients of blended learning is creating an environment that's stimulating for the students. It's also comfortable and exciting. With careful planning and consideration, we've transformed 2 of our blended learning pilot classrooms already. Each classroom's been painted with innovative colors, creating intentional learning spaces for our students. This summer, the other blended learning pilot classrooms will be painted and fitted with flexible furniture as well.
Our learning labs provide furniture that's not only flexible, hopefully you were able to see some of it outside, but also colorful and fun. The variety in furniture allows teachers to design lessons which foster inquiry and collaboration amongst students. As a result, we're seeing students take pride and ownership in their learning experiences because every day they come in and they know that they have a say in the classroom environment and how it's going to run. Teacher growth. Here are a photo of some of our proud pilot teachers holding up their hard-earned blended learning badges. So as we advance in the blended learning practices, Marcia Kish recognizes us with very fancy phase 1, 2, or 3 stickers. And you would not think teachers get so excited to get one of those stickers, but we do. So as you can see, our tigers are not the only ones that are learning. We are continuously learning with and many times from our students as we introduce new types of technology and teaching experiences through this blended learning model. This model of teaching has been very refreshing for not only the students but the teachers, and also very exciting. And now I'm going to introduce from the Fine Art Department at the high school, Mrs. Sharon Misenko.
Good afternoon. The Twinsburg High School Art Department continues to demonstrate the highest levels of achievement. Our outstanding and talented art students are recognized for their artwork in many exhibitions, regional, state, and throughout the country. Our Fine Arts Department continually strives to provide high-quality visual arts education. The following students' artwork was recognized this school year for their creativity in the visual arts. Micaiah Harris and Jalen Hunt's artwork was chosen for the 2019 Cleveland Clinic Expressions. Since 2005, more than 13,000 students from across Ohio and around the world have participated in this program. Expressions is much more than a mere art project. The program is tied to state and national academic standards. This innovative program gives students a deeper real-world understanding of science, art, language, math, while promoting creativity, empathy, innovation, and communication and teamwork. Piper Lash received a gold key, and Hannah Maliano silver key. Both had their work on display this past January in the Scholastics Art and Writing. This year, students submitted nearly 340,000 works of visual art and writing to Scholastic Art Awards. Nearly 90,000 works were recognized at the regional level and celebrated in local exhibitions and ceremonies. The top art and writing at the regional level were moved onto national stage, where more than 2,700 students earned national medals, national medalists, and their educators were celebrated at the national ceremony at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Some of the honorable mentions that I want to include, Kyle Brodsky, Will Fanny, Hannah Gutsley, Paige Grum, Micaiah Harris, Emily Huber, Piper Lash, Sam Maurer, Claudia Polka, and Layla Thomas. Micaiah Harris was a finalist in the Ohio Governor's Youth Art Exhibition this year. The show is dedicated to the educational and artistic advancement of our talented young people in the state of Ohio. The exhibition is open to all Ohio schools. The exhibition is valuable incentive for our young people. It encourages an appreciation for the arts throughout Ohio and reflects the fine quality of art instruction and talent which exist in our state. Regional winners also for the Ohio Governor's Show were Kyle Brodsky, April Dale, Will Fanny, Hannah Maliano, Claudia Polka, and Layla Thomas. Looking forward, we will continue to offer interesting and rigorous courses. The opening of the 2019-20 school year will bring 2 new courses in the Fine Arts Department, Digital Art and Design and Ceramics 3D Sculpture. These 2 additional courses will be an asset for those students wanting to choose a pathway course of studies in the arts. The one is the Academy Visual Arts, and the other is Ohio High School Arts Honors Diploma, which that is in visual arts. We will provide our students with tools to value and realize the importance of the arts in education. The fine arts provides students with skills to think creatively, conceptually, to problem solve, self-expression, risk-taking, all of which are necessary in the 21st century workforce. Thank you. And I would like to have my students stand up right now. I'm really proud of them and their works.
Mrs. Masenko and I had the great privilege this past Sunday to travel to Columbus, where Micaiah Harris's art exhibition is now on display at the Rhodes Office Tower. And it is such a privilege to have one of our students from Twinsburg High School have their art on display at such a wonderful exhibit that certainly exemplifies the talent not only at our high school, but the importance of visual arts in the state of Ohio. And Mrs. Masenko, I just want to applaud you for your drive, your inspiration. What's happening at Twinsburg High School in our visual arts department is thanks in great part to her inspiration to our students. Thank you very much. We are just so very tiger proud of all of our students, and that includes the students that you saw here today performing. Unfortunately, Mr. Resnick had to take the students back because they are practicing for tomorrow's OMEA state band competition. And so I was delighted that they were able to break away a little bit of time to be with us this afternoon. But that's our middle school band. And so we are just delighted with the caliber of students all around the school district, visual arts, the performing arts, and of course what happens every single day in our classrooms. I just want to once again thank the members of our staff who joined us today for their presentations. This is just a glimpse into the classrooms in the Twinsburg City School District, and none of this would be possible without the support of our Board of Education and our community members. So we sincerely appreciate all that you do to support education in the Twinsburg City School District every single day. Thank you once again for the opportunity to share with you some of the innovative and exciting programs and activities in the Twinsburg City School District. And it certainly is such a special place. We are delighted and we are very grateful to our community for supporting our students in so many ways. Currently, our class of 2019 has just a few weeks of school left, but on the other end of it, the class of 2032, which is our incoming kindergarten class, will soon be entering the hallways at Wilcox Primary School. We are so excited about all of the opportunities we provide our students. We thank you for your support, and we hope to see you soon at one of our many district events. Have a great day.